Hey everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. We're going to be talking about Author Nation 2024 today. We're excited about going. For those of you who haven't heard, the 20 Books Conference in Las Vegas that's been happening ever since the late 2010s has changed its name to Author Nation, and Joe Solari is now running it. We've been invited to participate as Wide for the Win, and we're super excited about it. I'm here with Bradley, and we're gonna chat about what we're excited about and what Wide for the Win stuff is happening.
Cool. And also on that note, there's always been some uh, light feedback about it being pretty KU heavy, pretty Amazon heavy in some of the past conferences, and it's widening. It's widening towards a friendlier Wide for the Win angle, which is really cool for Wide for the Win folks like us.
Yeah, I think a lot of the sessions that they have for marketing and strategy and things like that are really becoming a lot more wide friendly. Like we're seeing on Industry Day, for example, they've got a whole bunch of sessions from those vendors about how to use their stuff. And wide friendly companies like Written Word Media, they're the people behind Free Booksy and Bargain Booksy,
Yeah.
who have that wide mindset. Crave Books is going to be there teaching about how to market to the wide audiences too. So I'm really hopeful that this is, I've been the last year and 2 years before that, and I have really seen how it was pretty KU centric in terms of marketing, and the stuff that they taught you and the
Yeah.
strategies for writers there. And I've seen that it's gotten a little bit wider in 2021 and even wider in 2023. And I hope in
Yeah.
2024 it's just going to continue that arc.
Yeah. It'll be really exciting to see it now being run by Joe Solari and with a new name, and we're looking to see what this launches and how and what it becomes. And this is the first one. This is the big launch. This could be groundbreaking and setting the tone for conferences going forward. I'm really looking forward to being there. I haven't been there for a few years because I'm American but don't no longer live in the States. And so I'm coming all the way from Europe to this in November. So it's worth it for me to go halfway around the world. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we're really excited about is that Aaron Wright will be there teaching leading a session
Yeah.
about the wide mindset and Wide for the Win. And for those widelings out there, we have a Wide for the Win meetup on Wednesday morning at 7 a.m., which is great news if you're an early bird. And if you're not an early bird, grab your coffee and we will love you even if you're bleary-eyed and falling asleep.
If you're a night owl, just stay up all night the night before. Of course.
Yeah, why
That's
not?
the
Why not?
solution.
And for those of you who haven't been to the Horseshoe Casino, which used to be Bally's, um,
Okay.
they have, I think, one of the things that most of the people who I attend with, their favorite thing is the cake vending machines that are littered all around, all around Vegas, but especially in the Horseshoe Casino.
Littered.
And this is from November 11th to the 15th. That the 15th is going to be a readers day. This is where authors can sell their wares, but there are some really big improvements that they've made. For example, they actually have a print on demand thing that's happening on site. So instead of having
Oh,
to
right.
deal with shipping everything, I mean, when I first participated in the rave, I had things shipped to my hotel and they wound up coming in several different shipments, and I had to pay $30 to receive every shipment. So the
Wow.
logistics of that's going away. And these great logistics that Joe Solari is building out is coming in. So that's one thing I'm excited to see how the rave will work this year.
Yeah.
That's the reader event on Friday.
No, I'm really looking forward to the fact that it's in person. I know there's a lot of conferences. What's that Southwest ad or the airlines ad? We know you have many choices when flying. We're glad we choose us. But it's true. There's more and more conferences, which is a fantastic thing, of course. And there's lots of them just online only. And I'm a huge proponent of the in-person events. And to this day, I have met people that I can currently call friends that I would no way in the world have made such a connection with, online or even on Zoom or even on some whatever long event thing online. And it's the in-person thing that, in my humble opinion, makes the difference. And there are definitely some tactics and strategies and tips that we are going to talk about as well, not right this minute, but Paul and I are going to talk more about that at some point. And yes, I'm gonna tease it to the future, Paul, because I really want to talk about this stuff. I really believe this. For me, this makes the difference truly in my author career. Wow, I just kind of thought of that, but it really does. It is true. I really have made friends, and that's honestly by going to writers conferences. So there's a lot more than just the talks and just the whatever the content that we learn, but it's these connections and potential even friendships that I think really make the difference. So that's what I'm really looking forward to in Vegas.
And I got to agree with that too. And the other thing too is having that mindset, the successful author mindset, if I can steal a phrase from Joanna Penn, who will also be at this conference, by the way. My first conference was 20 Books 2019. And it really changed my perspective on
Mm,
my burgeoning career as an author and what I could do to really move my author career forward. And lo and behold,
yeah.
6 months later, after that conference, I got a BookBub featured deal that really launched me
Wow.
um, into a different level than I had been before.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it was just the mindset to my approach to books, my approach to publishing, my strategy for going wide, which even though way back in 2019 it was a very KU conference, it really affirmed my decision to go wide
Wow.
there. So
Wow.
there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, I think this is the best indie author conference that I've been to.
Yeah.
And even though there are some challenges with logistics and
Yeah.
but you've got 11 different tracks of sessions that
Yeah.
go on from 8 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. It's
Yeah.
just a great opportunity. So
Yeah.
we're really looking forward to it.
Speaking of that, there's 11 tracks and 4 days or 5 days and a gazillion people and 4,000 speakers and blah, blah, blah. And I'm exaggerating, but it can be overwhelming, especially if this is your first conference. So as widelings, as part of Wide for the Win, one thing Paul and I are planning on doing is also trying to get building a bit of a roadmap so that we can sort of navigate the gazillions of ideas or opportunities even, and how could we do that sort of in a wide fashion. And I realize I just said this out loud. And so I'm going to hold us to it, Paul, that we have something of a checklist or, hey, for widelings, don't miss this one or that one or this one or that one. And we can, in fact, I say this because I would like it as well for myself. So
Yeah,
Paul
yeah,
and I will work on that.
yeah. Having a list of tips and tricks to surviving your first
Yeah.
mega author conference
Yeah.
like this, especially for those of you, and it's probably most of you who are introverts.
Yeah.
I tend to
Yeah.
be on the introvert side of things, but I'm pretty extroverted for an introvert. I think you are too, Bradley.
Yeah.
A lot of our co-indie authors out there uh, are not nearly as extroverted as we are. Yes, it exhausts me, but I still do it. There are still
Yeah.
a lot of authors out there who are like, not only is it exhausting, but I hate every second of it.
Yeah.
So, but it's
Yeah.
it's still so valuable. And a lot of the introverted authors that I know come to this and they're like, well, I actually can talk to people for the stuff that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't have to do small talk because I can talk about my books, the stuff
Yeah.
that I'm interested in. Uh, I can get information that really helps me move my career forward.
Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be scary. And that's what also I think one of our goals is, to make it less scary and less huge and overwhelming, and go with some smaller goals that you actually can achieve and have it not be scary. And I mean, crazy thought here, but it might even be really fun and energizing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So if you haven't signed up for this yet, there's still spaces that are available. I think the URL is authornation.live. We can put that
yeah.
in the comments below. And uh, uh, mid-November, the 11th through the 15th. So an actual time in Vegas where it's not going to be 175 degrees Fahrenheit and your shoes will melt as soon as they touch the sidewalk, which is always a good thing.
Great. All right, Paul. Cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
Yeah, and
speaking of
I'm
which, Paul and I have never met in person. We've been on Zoom
no, and
for,
I'm really looking forward to meeting
yeah,
you in person too.
yeah,
We
that's
have
really
quite a
cool.
few of the Wide for the Win board members who will be there as
Yeah,
well. Mark
yeah.
Leslie Lefebvre has been there. In fact, that's where I met him in person for the first time
Okay. Oh, cool.
at one of these 20 books conferences. And Aaron's going to be speaking there and will be there as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
really looking forward to this.
yeah. Hey, so stay tuned to our YouTube channel here. Paul and I are going to be posting more in the weeks coming up, leading up to the conference, and I'm looking forward to doing that too. Because even, I mean, this is a perfect example. Here we are. We're talking about preparation, but by talking about it, we're going to make it more actionable, and we're gonna do it, and then we'll help you by doing that. So we're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be walking the talk. So join us here on our YouTube channel for more about the Author Live conference coming up. Author Nation, Author Nation Live. That's why I said live. AuthorNation.live. Yeah, that's tricky.